you tired of watching your beloved nation fall prey to the insidious grip of communism? The Anti-Communist Manifesto by Jesse Kelly is the ultimate guide to fighting back against this destructive force. Discover the shocking truth about communism infiltrating our education system, corporations, and even environmental movements. Unmask the true agenda behind groups like Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and learn how to protect the United States from the most malicious enemy. With extensive documentation of past atrocities, you'll see the undeniable danger posed by this ideology. Arm yourself with knowledge and join the fight to preserve the American way of life. Pre-order your copy of the Anti-Communist Manifesto today at jessekellybook.com.
Didn't I tell you he had a scary voice? I bet you're buying it now. Now let's move on to some real news. That's real. It is out tomorrow, and thank you to all of you. I understand the sales are great, thank you, but there is actual real news now. The FBI. Now, just to recap where we are with this FBI document, you've seen a lot of Comer on stage or on TV. You've seen a lot of Comey. You've seen a lot of Christopher Wray. You've seen a lot of Jim Jordan. There's so many subpoenas and things going on. It's hard to keep track of what's going on. So let's just make sure we're clear on this story. An FBI whistleblower came forward. And what this whistleblower said was the FBI is in possession of a form. What is on this form? Well, an informant brought information to the FBI that laid out, allegedly, in detail, the crimes of the Joe Biden crime family. Now, Joe Biden has a crime family. He does. That's why they have all these different LLCs set up that receive large amounts of money from foreign corporations. That's a crime family. You don't do that if it's legal and legitimate. The Biden family is a crime family who's used Joe Biden's position to enrich Joe Biden and the whole family. That's what they've done. That's a crime. They are a crime family. Allegedly, this form lays it out in detail. It's not, Joe Biden's a criminal. Apparently, it's detailed. The payments to everything is detailed. GOP finds out about this because of an FBI whistleblower. GOP comes forward and tells the FBI, I'm going to need that form. Now, remember, allegedly, the FBI is underneath Congress, right? But the FBI says, nah, can't have the form. GOP says, okay, well, here's a subpoena. Now you're giving me the form. Now, this is the part that's a little bit disheartening. The FBI says, oh, wow, that's a nice subpoena you got there. Anyway, still can't have the form. What does that tell you about who's underneath who? So, of course, the FBI, the system, I shouldn't just boil this down to the FBI, the system itself has come out. This is what the system does, our corrupt system of government. They've locked shields in defense of the FBI. You got James Comey all over TV lying like this.
Well, it will change. The FBI will be fine in the long run. This fever around Donald Trump in the MAGA world will eventually break, but it's become somehow a nutty article of faith that the FBI is out to get Republicans. If you'd asked people 20 years ago whether that would someday be the accusation, they'd say that's nuts. It's nuts, but it will pass.
You were a Republican most of your life, but voted for, and you may still consider yourself one, but voted for Biden in 2020. Do you intend to vote for him again, or is there anyone on the Republican side you might consider if it's not Trump?
It has to be Joe Biden.
You've said that Trump poses a near existential threat to the rule of law. But tell me a little bit about the specifics of what he could try to do. What do you mean by that?
Well, think about what 4 years of a retribution presidency might look like. He could order the investigation and prosecution of individuals who he sees as enemies.
Wow. He could order the investigation and prosecution of his political enemies? Can you imagine what it would be like in America if the President of the United States directed the legal system to prosecute and investigate his political enemies? Imagine how shocked the January 6th prisoners will be to find out that that's something that might happen in the future. Anyway, let's finish up this story on the FBI form really quickly. Today, FBI Director Wray had said, okay, I'm going to let you look at the form. I'm going to let James Comey look at the form. You can look at the form. And then he didn't look at the form. Apparently, they're going to move forward now with contempt, and who knows where it goes from here. But the FBI, what you really need to know is, as of today, it's official. The FBI once again gave the double middle finger to the GOP. No fear whatsoever. But I actually want to circle back on this really quickly. In the future, Donald Trump might use his power as the president to prosecute his political enemies. That's what James Comey just said on television, which is funny because James Comey also said this on television.
I mean, it's this crazy world that Donald Trump has dragged this country into, but he could be wearing an ankle bracelet while accepting the nomination at the Republican convention.
And could be wearing an ankle bracelet and be elected in November.
Yeah, we could have, it would be rejected if you put it in a script for a show, but you could have a president who is potentially incarcerated when he's elected president.
What do you think that was? That was a threat. And that was, it's really clear you understand this. That wasn't fodder for cable news. It wasn't James Comey just trying to hype things up. That was a threat. It was a warning. And it was them telling you what's coming. I know this hurts to hear. It hurts to say. I don't celebrate it. It's a despicable state of affairs for our country. But you need to start prepping yourself for what's coming legally for Donald Trump. Remember what Julie Kelly came on here and said several times? They wouldn't actually put Donald Trump in prison, right? A former president. You don't think they'll go that far, right?
I absolutely do.
What we have now in this country is an evil system. It's way more than just the media. We make a mistake when we just criticize the media. Yes, the media is a despicable enemy of the people. There's no question about that. But it's way deeper than that. Media, working with the DOJ, working with the politicians, working with the entertainment industry, working with the medical industry, all these industries, the education system, all these industries working together. And right now, always remember this. Always remember, there is a goal right now. They are marching towards it. They're marching towards it quickly, and it's going to affect you and everyone you love. The goal is to turn opposition to Democrats into being an enemy of the state. The goal is to make you and your beliefs and your desires an enemy of the state. Why is that their goal? Because once they achieve that, then they can justify sending state power to your door. If you don't believe me, go ask some of the pro-life activists who've had FBI SWAT teams show up for reading Bible verses in their home. That is the end goal. So whether you're a Trump lover or a Trump hater, better remember this. What they've already done to the January 6th prisoners and what they're about to do to Trump is not the end. It is not the final goal. It is but a taste of what is to come for this country. It's part of the reason I wrote the daggone book, to let us know a way to fight back.
For too long, we've been led to believe that communism is a thing of the past. But the truth is, communism is alive. It's here, and it's infiltrating every aspect of American life. Introducing the Anti-Communist Manifesto by Jesse Kelly, the practical guide for patriots ready to defend our nation from its most dangerous enemy. Discover the shocking extent of communist infiltration in our education system, their alliance with American corporations, and the twisted truth behind environmentalism. This eye-opening book exposes the true face of communism and empowers you to fight back. Join the fight for freedom. Pre-order your copy of the Anti-Communist Manifesto today by going to jessekellybook.com.